We did the sheath in the last video. So now really the only thing that's left is to just put an edge on this. Got this soaked with some pretty well saturated with some neat's foot oil. And so we're gonna see some oil residue on here. But yeah, you can see that edge is not the greatest, right? So I'm not going to do any kind of a crazy grind on here. I'm not going to do a real deep banana grind or anything like I've done on some of my other axes. I'm just going to put a nice, even, serviceable edge, and then whoever buys it, if they want to put some other kind of, deeper grind on it or whatever, that's completely up to them, and they can do that. But we get it usable with a good edge on it. Just remove all those little chips and rolls and whatever, which kind of look bad, but they're really not. They're not that deep, so they should come out fairly easy. And then once we're done with that, list it. So if you're this is the first video you're watching, feel free to go back and check out the other ones. But the process is basically how I cleaned up the pole of this axe that was pretty damaged and mushroomed, and this was the end result. And I shaped up a 28-inch house handle. That's what it's hung on. All right, so enough rambling. We'll get this up in the my C clamp and my bench vise, and we'll put an edge on this. So one of the things that I've done in the past too, just to kind of protect the handle, if you've already finished your handle and hung it, from getting kind of some metal shavings and stuff on it, is I've just got some like butcher's paper or packing paper that I've taped up into a tube that I slide over the handle, and then just slip under your leather here, or tape to the head, just to prevent the shavings from kind of like getting all in there. If it's something for myself, I don't care as much, but if it's something I intend on selling, I want to try to keep it looking as nice as long as possible. So I'm just testing out some of those files that I got in the that box I got a while back. This is a Kearney, Kearney, and foot, so K and F. This thing bites really nice. I don't know if this is actually a decent quality brand file, but this particular one's got a nice temper on it and some good tooth left. It's biting pretty good, so. Yeah, I like that one. It's got one of the, so it's got the file edge on the one side and then the safe edge on the other too, so that's always kind of handy when you're kind of trying to butt up against something. So yeah, that'll definitely be a keeper. Put it in the sharpening rotation. It's real tempting to put a nice banana on this. It's a nice bit. I'm not going to do it though. Convincing myself I'm not going to do it. Because whoever buys it might not want that. If I was keeping it, I'd be dropping it back like that. But it's not mine. That's how I'm thinking of it. It's not mine. That's one of the problems when you build axes, like with the intention of selling them. Like sometimes you like it and you start getting attached to it, and that's half of why I've kept half of the heads I've bought intending to flip. Because I get it, I like it. Clearly I've got issues. I mean, if you're watching, you probably do too, so yeah, back to sharpening. Alright, so we've got decent amount done with the files. I haven't touched the other side yet, so there's just a tiny little chip there still, but I think that'll come out when we work on the other side. Let's give this, this one's a Heller. So it's a Heller Unicut. Give this one a try. Just kind of skating there. That's cutting decent, so I'm thinking this one's just a little bit dull. I move it up to close to the tang. Feels like it's got some tooth and some bite there, but up where the majority of the work kind of gets done. Not quite feeling it still. This little guy. That's cutting very nice. This one here says flat lathe, so it gets a single cut there. So, yeah, let's see how this cuts. Yeah, it's actually cutting very nicely. That's real buttery. That one's nice. It's taking a deep bite, I can feel it, but it feels smooth too. You can, if you haven't done a lot of hand filing, it's kind of hard to tell, but this, I like how this is cutting a lot. This is a, like I said, another Heller Nucut. N-U-C-U-T. So, it's a flat lathe file. Yeah, that's cutting very, very nice. I like that. See, this little guy just says Franklin. Nothing else on it. It's cutting pretty good. I mean, it's a small, not very aggressive file, but it's biting nice. It's about the same size. It says Nicholson Mill Bastard. That's biting nice. Yeah, that's cutting very nice. I don't know if I tried the Simmons or not, but it's cutting alright. Not the best, but alright. So this one here is another Simmons, a different one. I do kind of like this size file for like keeping in a bag for going out in the field and touching up an edge. If you get one that cuts. Yeah, one side's cutting better than the other. So far, the Simmons ones, I don't know if they're just more heavily used or not sharp, but they're not cutting nearly as good as some of the other ones. Can you see it? That wire edge. It's pretty neat. I always like it when you can get a good edge on something. Especially with just a file. Yep, I like it. Keep at it. Like I said, I really like this this Heller flat lathe file. It is just buttery smooth cutting through this. So if you want a little closer look at the edge before we start, those files did a nice job. There was a wire burr along the majority of it, so we'll hopefully get another burr going again. I'm going to use the same diamond files or diamond hones that I used in my high test sharpening video. It starts at extra coarse, through coarse, medium, fine, and then super fine. And as far as just kind of lifting the filings made by the hones are away, I'm just going to use some, it's just some Windex, a little spray bottle. So. Alright, now we are going to flip it over and sharpen the other side. Alright, so when I was working that extra coarse stone, I laid it in these files, hones have a bit of flex to them, and I laid it just for a couple of spins on a little bit too far on the cheek, so I might try to correct that after I'm done sharpening. We'll see. I might just leave it. It's honestly, the balloon's going to get worn off in that area anyways. No, I'll think about what I'm going to do as I continue to hone the edge here. Anyways, this is the course. Alright, got a Q-tip with super glue on it. Well, cotton swab. I'm not going to go too crazy with this. Just going to try to blend it in a little. Darken this little patch that I touched up just a little bit. Alright, I think that cleaned up pretty good. It should get just a tiny bit darker when we throw some oil on it, so I'm happy with that. So now all that's left is the strop. It's already pretty heavily loaded with compound, so I'm just gonna work on it with what's already there. Dropping, sometimes it helps kind of resting the axe in your lap and kind of pushing away from it. So you can kind of get some more power that way. And also, when you have a hand honed, there's a little bit of that burr there. When you have that hand honed edge, it's not going to be a perfect mirror. Well, I mean, you could get it to a perfect mirror finish, but it's going to kind of have that swirl pattern to it, which I kind of like. I don't know, just gives it that hand done look. I like it. It keeps dropping. Alright, we'll take a look at our edge. We're all done. Still got some stropping compound to kind of clean off the edge there, but yeah, it looks good to me. I'm happy with it. I think that's really a nice looking grind. It's kind of a tame one. Nothing too crazy. You know, not like on the like the Plum Connecticut that I have, or the Rockaway, where I took that grind real far back. Someone could easily do that with this if they wanted, but like I said, it's not mine, so we'll keep it tame. I mean, it's mine, but I'm going to sell it, so it's not going to be mine, so we'll keep it more general purpose for everyone that wants to bid on it. So I will get this cleaned up, and then we'll do some kind of like after shots. Maybe I'll do kind of some glamour shots as the another standalone video, where that's the one where I actually put the listing and say it's for sale. So we'll try to get the sharpening video and the sheath making video out sooner than later, and then once the final video goes live, that's when it'll be actually listed and for sale. So if you're interested, stay tuned. If you just want to watch the project, hopefully you just enjoyed. So a couple peeks of that hang, nice and tight with that poplar wedge. Again, and that handle is just textbook perfect grain orientation, no run out. It's got some kind of interesting grain on this side. This is just real blonde sapwood, but it should make for a very nice, strong, durable handle. Got my scroll on down there, and we'll see if it's shaving sharp. I'm not sure, I haven't tested it yet. My arm's not that hairy, so we'll see. Oh yeah. Shaving my even not that not super coarse hair. So it's got a good edge on it. Way sharper than what an axe reasonably needs to be, but no. Lots of things are kind of in excess of this channel. No one reasonably needs, you know, a couple hundred axes in the garage, but here we are. So, alright. Like I said, stay tuned, everyone, if you want to check out the very, very final video in the series, and see it posted. So, thanks again.